bashed me about, which is good. That means I have people actually listening. They were like, give me crap about, I'm the problem and I don't understand what's going on. And MLS Next is free and all this stuff. They have no concept of pay to play. And I'm going to go over the problems with pay to play, according to me. And then I'm going to actually give my solutions of what we can do to change it. But before we do that, we got to understand what's going on with U.S. Soccer. So on the U.S. Soccer website, and I'll put it in the description below, you got to look at their taxes. They're available. You can look at their breakdown. So let's look at their breakdowns right now. So here is DA, the Development Academy Scholarships. 962 recipients of a scholarship, equaling 791,337. So that's an expense they got rid of for whatever reason. I mean, they're getting rid of that program, so that's gone, which is not much money as far as trying to capture the youth and really develop and change the game. So that's a drop in the bucket amount of money they actually bring in. So I don't know what's going to be on the next year's taxes with their merger with MLS, their MLS Next. And I wonder if they're transitioning fees over there, which they probably are because they're in cahoots. But if you scroll down, you'll I'm on page 42 of their basically their taxes they had to submit. Let me get this so you can see it. So here's their spending right here. So we got Joseph Berhalter, the older brother of Gregory Berhalter. Yeah, no nepotism there. He gets paid $816,780. He gets paid that. So they haven't broken up as his base pay at $483,424 with $296,000 in bonuses. Are you freaking kidding me? Bonuses for what? What's he doing? That's so great. I hired my brother, which saved us money, which I'll explain in a second. But you're not going to believe what Joho Berhalter gets paid. In addition, and I'll show you that in a second. We're going to read it. It'll just blow your freaking mind. A couple of them. Dan Flynn, our CEO. We got to have one of those. $930,000. He got $190,000 in bonuses on $667,000 on a base salary. What the freak are we paying these people so much? They're failures. They're absolute failures. They get bonuses. What about pay cuts or getting fired for failing repeatedly? Tom King, managing director of admin, $315,000 base, and he got a bonus of $25,000 for what? Because he did appropriate administration. He administered the women's team to win the World Cup. That's BS. But look at these salaries. I mean, legal counsel for Lydia, just Lydia, $436,000. I can take $436,000 and hire Snell and Welmer and put them on retainer, which is the largest law firm in Arizona. I could have them oversee U.S. Soccer. I'll get you a team of lawyers, but just Lydia, $436,000. Is that major? I got to look at the other taxes years prior. Is that just fighting with the women's team? I don't know what it is. Gregory Berhalter, $104,000 base salary, $200,000 in bonuses and incentives. He scheduled the easiest schedule in the world to get apparently these bonuses he needed. But you don't get fined for losing to Canada, for the first time in U.S. men's national team history. So he gets that. So he's total already $313,000 in a year, which is awesome. Jill Ellis, $389,000. She's made $418,000. She got $1,000 in bonuses and compensation, and she won the freaking World Cup 2 times in a row. Yeah, of course, she's not there anymore. But Tab Ramos, the U20 men's national team coach, he's made $489,000. He's the highest paid coach in U.S. soccer. Our U20s coach. Okay. David Sakaran, I don't even know, Sakaran, he actually, he was the in-between Berhalter and the previous national team coach. His bonuses were $1,000. Why? Didn't he beat Italy or France? I forgot which one. Was it France? I think it was Italy. In a friendly up there. Yeah, it was France. I think. Anyways, at least he's an indoor guy. Guy played professional indoor for like 8 years. Ernie Stewart, waste of space, $305,000. I mean, that's a made up position, by the way. I mean, like all this stupid spending. And then obviously the whole women's team's on here getting paid. But this, Jurgen Klinsmann, we're still paying this guy off. Why'd we fire him? Why don't we just ride it out? But we're still paying him to do nothing. He gets $1,475,000. That's U.S. Soccer. They were duped to hire him, thinking he can change everything, and he couldn't. And we're paying for it big time. $1,475,000. So this is just setting the foundation of what we're going to talk about with pay to play. This is going to piss you off. It's going to just freaking piss you off. Dan Flynn and Joseph Berhalter, health club fees of $195 per month are covered by U.S. Soccer per their contracts. Are you freaking kidding me? They between the two, they're making, let's just go to it. Dan Flynn made $930,000 last year, and we're paying for his health club. He can't pay for his own health club of $175. Dan Flynn, you better be, I want to see Dan Flynn without his shirt. He better be freaking ripped. $175 a month that we're paying for. Our kids are paying for this guy. To lift, he better be freaking strong as an ox. Freaking kidding me? And Berhalter, Joseph, $816,000 he made last year. And we're paying for their freaking health, fitness. They better be going. Freaking BS. Additionally, Dan Flynn receives personal tax and accounting services in the amount of $34,242 that are covered by U.S. Soccer per his contract. What the freak is going? This is insanity. We're going to give you a base salary of $700,000 with bonuses. Who knows how far, but you'll make anywhere from $800,000 to $1 million. Yeah, that sounds good. Can you pay for my fitness? Like it's $175 a month to go to a Lifetime on the platinum package. Can you pay for that? Yeah, we can. We got money coming in all the time. We got a bunch of morons that just keep joining U.S. Soccer. They just give us money. So yeah, sure. Are you kidding me? Oh. Since I'm getting paid so much, it just seems like a lot of work on accounting, and I'm not good with my taxes. Can you guys cover my taxes? Like, it's complicated. Sure. No problem. This is ridiculous. So, setting the stage of the insanity of what goes on in U.S. soccer, and this is a problem when you don't own. This is government. This is government. We keep feeding this monster, and those that are on top, this is like Nancy Pelosi and company. They're just, all right. Got a bunch of suckers. We got the people just giving us money, and we'll just spend it however we want. No one's going to read this stuff. The CEO of U.S. Soccer has established the terms of his employment with U.S. Soccer by written contract. This written contract does not include or in any way involve other organizations and is in between the CEO. These guys are idiots. They thought, hey, we're going to bring in a name like Jurgen Klinsmann, and because he's so brilliant, he's going to help us win. Let me tell you something. You cannot win without players. We don't have players, and we'll cover that shortly. We just don't have enough players. Oh, don't worry. We have that Yahoo from Dallas FC that he's playing in Portugal. Oh, yay! Ridiculous. Yeah. So this, you can find all this on the U.S. Club financial information under governance. It's right there. So we have big problems. Here's another problem. So here's on page 62 of their documentation here. This shows equipment and allotment. I mean, their equipment, total expenses, $3,531,250 or $250. Program services, $2.2 million. Management and general expenses, $1.2 for equipment and allotment. I need this broken up more. They freight everything, by the way. I know that. I talked to some of my friends that are within the U.S. national system, and the amount of security we pay for, the amount of, they ship everything there. I think we're one of the few countries that even do that. We ship everything. It's just overkill. And here's the one I want to, you show your dues, you got your printing and publications, you got your building reservations, you got all this stuff. But the bottom is what gets me. It's the miscellaneous. Miscellaneous. Total expenses, $7.4 million in miscellaneous services. That's insane, is it not? I don't know what they do with their spending. It's a big mess. So ESPN reported not too long ago, the U.S. Soccer Federation is projecting a deficit of nearly $28 million for the 2020 fiscal year, $16.8 million more than planned. The organization announced on Saturday's meeting of the board of directors. This is back in early June. June 13th is when this was publicated. USSF Chief Financial Officer Pinky Reina was among the Federation executives to make the presentation at the meeting. She stated that the results of the fiscal year, which closed on March 31st, are preliminary and not fully audited, but the numbers still present grim financial picture for the USF. Oops, sorry. Got to get this where I can actually read it. Sorry. The USSF have already budgeted an $11.1 million shortfall for year 2020, but the numbers that Reina reported stated that the deficit for that period will be $27.9 million. Revenues for the 2020 were $129 million, about $2.6 million below what was budgeted. The bigger impact was in expenses, which came in at $157 million, which was 14.1 more than what was budgeted. I don't know. Could it be that we're paying for a bunch of people to go to a gym? I need to renegotiate my contract at Phoenix College. I want them to pay for my fitness. It's not going to happen. You know why? I make way too much money. Way too much. I can pay for my own. The USSF has attempted to mitigate the financial impact of the coronavirus pandemic in recent months, which has halted programming for all of its national teams. The USSF announced in April that it was laying off furloughs up to to 50 staff. The U.S. is also shuttering 7 youth national teams for the rest of the year. Okay. But we're not going to shave off. It just frees all bonuses for those incompetent fools like Dan Flynn and company, and the Berhalters. They're not furlough Greg. What's he going to do for us? Nothing. They're blaming the pandemic on this. They're doing cuts. I mean, can we stop paying for their gym membership? Can we do that? So this is the beginning tell of the real problems we got here. So if you like that clip, I would appreciate it if you go to my YouTube channel if you haven't done so already and subscribe to my channel. Like it, share it, do those things. Help spread the word that there is a different opinion out there as far as giving information far as what is youth soccer in America. I'll give you that information. I'll give you different pathways. Hopefully, I'm educating people to understand there's a different way of doing things. We have to make change. We have to do these things. If you support this podcast, do those things, or buy a mug. You can buy a shirt that says U.S. Soccer is the problem. You can do those things. Go to CoachCameron.com, and you can find those items to purchase, be sent right to your home. But more importantly, always tune in Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. See you then.